My favorite part of the chorus is like after the "She's got me spending," and then Fergie just goes, "Oh, spending all your money on me." It's like, why did she have to do that? Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and well, that's pretty much it. So let's go.
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artists, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, the lyrics, the artwork, and everything in between. This week we are doing Black Eyed Peas. We're doing their record Monkey Business, and it's kind of a tough one, I would say. I'm kind of nervous for this episode. Kind of nervous for this one. It's probably going to be a lot of two dudes shitting around. I don't know on this one, but anyway, while you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. All the social media is at Asinine Radio. All the good stuff right there. Like I said, we're doing Black Eyed Peas. If you want to go back and listen to the Rankings episode, we listened to all 9 of the Black Eyed Peas records, so you guys don't have to. We subjected ourselves to that torture.
It was torture.
It wasn't very fun. But yeah, Monkey Business. We're doing this one today. What's your origin story with the Black Eyed Peas? Go.
Where's the Love? Where's the Love was like the first Black Eyed Peas song I heard. That's the first one that I knew. And even like then, I liked JT. Like, how could you not like NSYNC? How could you not
Everyone
like, you know what I mean?
JT.
Get the fuck out of here. So, Where's Love happened, and I was like, oh, this song is cool because it has Justin Timberlake in it. But then, like, Let's Get It Started was a cool song. So, like, Where's Love is my introduction to the Black Eyed Peas. But never until this week have I listened to, like, a full record, front to back, by the Black Eyed Peas. And that's by design. That's what this band knows. That's it.
Yeah. My origin story is also Where's the Love? And I mean, they would play this late night on MTV before it really kind of blew up. And then, then after that, it was just that Ella Funk record just absolutely fucking blew up. And that's my origin story. Outside of I think the only record I had ever heard in its entirety was one of the first 2 records. And that was because when I worked at Tower Records, one of the guys I remember played a Black Eyed Peas record, and I thought it was really cool back then because it wasn't like it was cool to listen to the older stuff, the more underground stuff. But then after listening to it again this week, dude, the first 2 records are not very good. But yeah, honestly, this week was the first time I've listened to anything in its entirety.
They serve
rightfully
a purpose,
so. Like
though.
you said,
They serve a
they're a
purpose.
singles band. They're a singles pop band. That's what they do best. And that's totally okay because their pop songs are fucking bangers. Hands down, they're bangers. Even when they're bad, they're still fucking bangers. So,
I mean,
that's my origin story.
Dude, they've got some like,
What?
not just like genre defining pop music, but they have some like decade defining pop music. Like Black Eyed
Yeah,
Peas,
you're not wrong.
really like defined club culture in America here in like what late 2000s to early 2010s, like that 5-6 year period. Fucking F&A Cotton.
But then, you also kind of saw them taking from Kanye a lot, especially on the album The End and The New Beginning, or The Beginning, whatever that record's called. I mean, that's just straight up what Kanye was doing on Graduation. Like every other band, like we talked about on the Kanye episode. After that album came out, every hip hop or pop artist, EDM artist were doing what Kanye was doing on Graduation. And that's why you have those 2 records.
Yeah.
Monkey Business was still like in this kind of weird era. Like they weren't sure what kind of pop music they made. So they just made like bubblegum pop. That's really what it is. It's bubblegum pop with a little bit of hip hop thrown in there. But they really didn't embrace the EDM on Monkey Business. Definitely not.
And they should never embrace anything because here is what makes Black Eyed Peas and Fergie a superstar. Is because Kim didn't want to like embrace her sexuality and be overly sexual, but you watch like Fergie and the way she rubs up on Will, Yeah, she does sometimes, but not that much. And she dances like sexy, but not too sexy. And she sings, but she doesn't sing that often. And she dances and does like cool stuff on stage, but not too much. She always does just enough. And everybody in the Black Eyed Peas always do just enough to become like pop superstars, but never any more than that to where you start to dissect them and be like, wow, you're actually not very good at what you're doing. Because like dancing, like when she dances, like you compare it to Shakira, like get the fuck out of here, right? Get the fuck out of here. Like you compare her singing to other people singing, like other female vocalists at the time, get the fuck out of here. Like she's fine.
Fuck out of here, yeah.
It's like nothing that this band does, it's great. It's always like just good enough to like brush up against like the wall of greatness, but it never like hops that fence. And that's by design, right? Because once you hop that fence and become like A-tier band, then you get dissected like an A-tier band. And this band's never been dissected like an A-tier band because they've never been an A-tier band, and therefore they can do no wrong like A-tier bands can do, right? Like your NSYNCs and your Backstreet Boys, like your massive pop stars. It's easy to dissect them because they are A-tier, A-list. This is like B-team, but like the best of it. And it just so happens that a lot of their singles are just fucking club anthems. But you play to the club because no one fucking cares. Everyone's drunk anyway and just trying to score. Nobody gives a shit. That's what the Black Eyed Peas are.
Yeah, you pretty much hit the nail on the head there. And when you spoke of Kim earlier, for people who don't know, Kim Hill, she was the original female vocalist for the Black Eyed Peas. She played on she sang on the first 2 records. She quit in 2000, and then Stacey Ferguson, or Fergie, joined the group in 2003. And yeah, Kim has come out in recent years, which we kind of touched upon in the rankings episode, that there's no bad blood between her and the group. You know, she left because she didn't want to be sexualized in the media, and that's fine. That's totally cool. That's her decision. And but yeah, then obviously the Black Eyed Peas blew up with Ella Funk, and something I had no idea about until this week was that after Kim left the group and before Fergie, they were kind of looking for a new female vocalist, and they reached out to Nicole Scherzinger. Do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
She's the lead vocalist or the lead person in the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah.
This is before the Pussycat Dolls were like blown up. And so he reached out to her. He didn't get a response. So she reached out. So will.i.am reached out to her boyfriend, and her boyfriend is the singer at the time was the singer of 311, which was what a weird kind of interesting couple, 311 and Pussycat Dolls. And on her behalf, he declined the offer. So she didn't join because he said no. And then she went on to do Pussycat Dolls. And then I didn't know this, but the fucking Pussycat Dolls have sold over 76 million records.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking wildly popular.
I had no idea they were that popular.
Yeah.
That blew my fucking mind when I was reading about
fucking Pussycat Dolls.
That's so many.
Yeah.
Fucking Pussycat Dolls, yeah. But anyway, just fun little facts there. But anyway, back to Monkey Business. Yeah, this is 2005, by the way. I don't know if we said that.
Yeah, this is when we graduated high school. So this is the year of graduation.
Yeah, it was.
This
is
is 05. A lot of things were happening, and this is like one of those records that's just like a coming of age for us. It was everywhere. We listened to it a lot. We had a lot of fun with it. And the Black Eyed Peas, even after this, right? Because even up until like 2010, we're still what 22, 3-ish. So those are still like our formative years. And then now we have alcohol. So like the Black Eyed Peas in this era was just very important to us growing up. Well, now we have like legal alcohol, because beforehand it took us fucking forever to find someone that would buy us alcohol or find alcohol in some capacity. But yeah, man, like Black Eyed Peas were instrumental in our growing up. They really were.
But it was indirectly. Like none of us sought out, Black Eyed Peas. No. It was just the songs were always there.
It's comfort
They were always playing, whether it was on radio, MTV, at clubs, at bars, wherever it was, or we'd go to friends' houses, and for whatever reason, somebody would put on Black Eyed Peas.
Because that's
Fergie,
the beauty of Black Eyed Peas, baby. It's comfort food. It's the fucking basic grilled cheese of music. It's no matter what walk of life you're going through. You go to a dingy dive bar, or you go to like a club, they're gonna play Black Eyed Peas, and everybody in that fucking place is gonna know the lyrics. And there you go. You got something to talk about with somebody that you never met before. Easy.
That's true.
It's so easy to get into.
Do you like grilled cheese sandwiches? Since you mentioned grilled cheese.
Yeah, I fucking love grilled cheese sandwiches.
Do you like?
Who doesn't like grilled cheese
They're
sandwiches?
kind of overrated. they're kind of overrated though, right?
No, not at all. It depends how you make it, but no, I don't think so at all. I think that they're underrated because people don't take enough time to like make a really good grilled cheese.
But even like the really good grilled cheese, they're good. Yes, they are good, but
Nah,
I still think it's a little overrated. A
nah.
little too much cheese. A little too much cheese.
Oh, so like you like just bread. You just want to eat a piece of toast.
Well, I mean, honestly, most of the flavor comes from the bread if it's seasoned correctly.
The fuck
That's really
outta
where
here,
most of the
dude.
taste
You need
comes
to
from.
upgrade a cheese
It
game,
is.
Sid. Come on now.
No, you can have like 4 or 5 different cheeses in there, and yeah, it'll taste like something, but really most of the flavor comes in the seasoning on the bread and the butter.
You don't want that many
Come on.
different cheeses. I usually use one, maybe two
Well, I was
different
just
types of cheeses.
exaggerating.
Yeah, no.
I was exaggerating, but
That's
the point
wild.
is,
okay. All right.
it's really the taste comes from the seasoning and butter on the bread.
I mean,
A little
the
over. You might as well just eat some garlic bread.
butter,
point.
yes, but it's a good grilled cheese. You don't need to put like any seasoning on.
But sometimes you go to like a restaurant, and an overpriced grilled cheese is gonna have some seasoning on it.
Yeah.
What? So do we have any stinkers on here?
No.
I got one stinker.
You do? What
Oh.
song's a stinker?
Yeah.
I have no stinkers.
Don't lie.
Really?
Hate that fucking song. Yeah, that wannabe reggae sound. It's so derivative and just so fucking bad.
I like this
And you
song.
watch that video, it makes it even worse. That video,
Dude, their videos are all
Oof.
bad, but yeah, this video is garbage.
probably the worst. I mean, easily. I would say
don't
easily the
No,
worst.
this is
video.
not their worst video.
It's pretty fucking bad. It's pretty bad. It's the worst on the record out of all the videos from this
no,
record.
I don't think
it's
so.
the worst one. That's okay.
I'm telling. No, I'm not asking for anything. I'm telling you this is a fact. That is not their worst video on this record.
What is their worst video? What do you think?
It's the one where they're fighting. What is that? Pump It?
Oh, Pump It?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Oh
We'll talk about that
man, you like
eventually.
that video, don't you?
eventually. No, I'm not saying I like it. I just want to talk about it
Okay.
eventually. But yeah, don't lie. That one is. Does it even hit on the banger list or
Yeah,
on
this is
a
my
okay song?
5B. I love this song.
Oh, dude.
There's so
come
much to love
on.
about this song. It's again,
Okay.
it's cute. It's kind of like a straightforward R&B type song. It's not overly pop, like the first like 30
But it has
songs
so much
and-
of that wannabe reggae shit in there.
It's fine. Who cares? It's good. But then they also do like that Tom's Diner thing, that did and that
Ah, I hate
last
that
part.
song.
What? How do you hate that song?
I hate that song.
Oh my god, dude, you're straight.
I just never liked
ridiculous.
it.
That's whatever. That's just wrong. I think it's a good song. I
Just
like.
not
I
very
like.
good.
Don't lie. I don't mind the video. I think the video's stupid. I like. Why do I want to watch just a bunch of headshots the entire time on green screens? But
Yeah, really bad green screen.
it's fine.
It's so bad.
Well, whatever. It's all right.
I get it. There was probably like an artistic choice to do it that way, but yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, it's a big wank fest, but whatever. All right, that's fine. It's my 5B.
I got 3 bangers. How many bangers do you have? And I have 2 okay songs.
I have 5 bangers.
Okay, and Don't Lie is one of them.
Like real.
Single.
Okay, so like
Okay,
realistically, I guess like I really have probably like 3 bangers, right? The 3 big singles. I do like
Mhm.
My Style a lot. I do like Don't Lie, but I didn't playlist them. If I saw it on 45, I probably wouldn't take it home. So realistically, I probably have. If I'm being honest, I probably have 3 bangers.
They're the
All
big
right.
singles. You
Yeah,
said, right?
yeah.
Yeah, same here. It's My Humps, but it's my 3. Don't Funk With My Heart's 2. Pump It's 1. I mean, that's all you need on this record.
My Humps is 1.
And that's really.
Yeah, dude, come on. This
I
is
mean,
so good.
It's good.
This
Yeah,
is
let's get
so
let's
good.
get into it then.
Dude, like, okay, first of all, like, fuck off. Anybody out there pretends to not like this song because everybody loves this song. And then fuck off
Everybody
even
loves
more if you pretend like you don't know every word. And fuck off even more if you pretend to not know specifically every one of Fergie's verses. Because that is bullshit. You know her lines. Because that's what you sang. Because they're the
true.
best. Because they're fucking amazing. Dude, and Fergie's
Yeah.
second verse kind of puts like the whole club thing into perspective with the whole like borderline sexual assault that happens at a club, right? Like the guy's like standing too close to
Mhm.
her and like just trying to like really cop a feel and be weird about it, and she like knows that he's doing that. It's like, damn, dude, that is like the club scene. That's what happens from my limited
Yeah,
time
that's
going to
true.
clubs. But like that's funny. I thought that was kind of funny. So I don't know. But I was like saying that line that Will.i.am says, all that ass inside them jeans. It's all the pacing though, man. This song is all about pacing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that pacing because it's very It's very different from pop music, right? It's not just singing. It's not just like normal delivery.
Oh.
It's kind of hip hoppy in its delivery. It's choppy. It's fun.
And some of the rhyming, man. So yeah, that first verse with Fergie and will.i.am, they treat me really nicely, then buy me all the ices.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's like elementary. Dude, that's like a kindergartner wrote that. It's so good.
I think
And then
she's
Dolce
trying to
and
be like that.
Gabbana, Fendi and the Donna. Oh, it's so fucking dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I love it.
And
the reference- Like, so, I mean, there are multiple references on this record and also on the end as well. Just referencing like popular styles of the time. You know, in the same verse, she talks about the line is, they say they love my ass in 7 jeans, true religion. I mean, that's every girl was wearing those kind of jeans, 7 jeans. Even some guys were wearing 7 jeans.
Dude, I was going to say, like,
that shit was fucking popular.
friend of the pod, Mike, like, I think he definitely wore like 7s and true religions.
Oh yeah. I knew several people that wore 7s, and they're like $300 jeans.
And I got
that
pretty
time.
close. I got pretty close at Nordy Rack. Like there were some jeans that I bought that were pricey. Not quite that pricey, but they were definitely more than I wanted to spend on jeans than I would ever spend now on jeans, for sure.
I knew a guy who bought a pair of 7 jeans, and he wore them every day to school, every day, because he said that those were the only pants he had. This is in high school. This is like he was a senior and we were juniors in high school, and he wore his 7 jeans every day because those were the only pants he had, because that's all he could afford. That's all his parents would pay for.
I like that. I like that in all,
And he
all fucking facets. I like that because his parents like, all right, you have X amount of dollars to spend on jeans, on clothes. And he's like, I want to buy one pair of jeans. His parents are probably like, dude, that's fucking stupid. But if that's what you want, that's all you're going to be able to wear. And he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want these jeans. And true to his word, that's all he wore. And true to their
all he
word,
fucking
that's all
wore.
they gave him. Fuck yeah.
And so just to paint the picture a little bit, this guy is your typical surfer dude from Orange County. He went surfing. He drove his VW bus every morning before school out to Newport Beach, from Yorba Linda to Newport
Not even
Beach.
close.
This VW bus, this old original OG VW bus only had one seat. He had to start the engine using a screwdriver because the ignition didn't work properly. And he just throw his surfboard in the back and just drive down to Newport, surf for an hour or so, drive back to school at Esperanza. And he would show up, wearing like a Hurley shirt, like a baggy Hurley shirt, his 7 jeans, flip-flops. He had like the bleach blonde hair.
What was this?
And then that was Kent. That was his thing, man. That guy Kent.
I remember him.
Yeah, super cool guy. Got really fucked up because of the war. He joined the Marines and got all kind of fucking PTSD and shit. Poor guy, but
Dude, that's not even like close though. Like we live close to the beach where it was doable to hit the beach in a day and back. Not a big deal, but to do it every day before school, that's just silly.
Yeah. He would do that shit, yeah.
That's silly.
Cool guy, man. Miss that guy. But
yeah, true
anyway.
religions. My house, my
fucking David Bradley used to wear that kind of shit too, right?
Yeah, I mean he's
Really
the one that like
high-end
really
jeans
tried to
and
get
stuff.
me into it too. Like we talked about before, the Onitsuka Tiger shoes and the bathing ape stuff and like the t-shirts. And I remember he took me to bathing ape stores and I was like, bro, I'm not spending fucking $300 on a t-shirt. No, $80 on a pair of shoes is like as far as I go. I just nah.
Yeah, that's just silly boy talk.
Because we're spending our money on other stupid shit, right? Like gas to go to Vegas for the weekend and not buy a hotel and spend our money just on nothing, really.
Sleeping in the car,
Yeah.
partying all night, sleeping in the car for 4 hours.
Dude, that
and
is
driving home.
wild. I cannot believe that it even happened in our lifetime. Like, how did we fucking survive?
And then we would race people on the way home. Remember that shit?
Dude.
We'd be going like 110, 115 down the fucking 15 freeway.
Dude, we would sleep in the car.
Yeah.
And so, like, the 5 hours of sleep that we did get was pretty much like 2.5 because you sleep like shit. That's wild.
That's true.
That's called being 19 and 20, dude.
Oh, yeah, we were stupid and reckless. That's what it was.
Your body just like
That's
fucking
what it was.
adapts so well.
I know, we bounced back like it was fucking nothing.
No big deal at all.
Oh, shit. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, this whole episode is probably going to be us talking about that era because there's, like, nothing to talk about in these songs.
Yeah, good. No. But, like, My Homes is good.
And really,
this is a good song.
and really, like, if you weren't of age or around that age when these songs came out, you're probably not going to like these songs. They're so of the time. They're so specific to the era and fashion and culture in general. I mean, really honestly, people listening to this episode are going to be our age.
It's also interesting because like this song, My Hums, like this was a big deal. This was like specifically calling to attention, like tight fitting jeans that accentuated the asses of girls. But now, like that's like, who gives a fuck, right? Like yoga pants are a thing. Leggings are a thing. WAP, right? Like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are a thing. Like this is so tame. This is so nothing. But it wasn't nothing in 2005. This was a big fucking deal. I was like, holy shit, can we look? Is that a thing? Is that allowable? Like, I mean, it felt weird. It was just, okay, I guess I'm going to
But then
watch.
It's just like, it's another perfect example of a double standard, you know? You got these hip hop guys, you know, like Juvenile, for example, you know, back that ass up. I mean, that video is full of women who are in these like fucking thong bikinis and shit, shaking their ass, but nobody was really like batted an eye. But because it's pop music, all of a sudden it's bad. Or you get, you know, any hip hop artist talking about, you know, fucking girls and all that kind of shit. Nobody really bats an eye, but fucking a girl who's slightly scantily dressed, then it's the end of the fucking world. It's so fucking dumb. So stupid.
I mean, like there is a difference there, right? Like the mystical and the Juvenile song, like these songs, it's not objectifying is really the best word to say. That's what it is. Here it's not objectifying, and even in the song too, like she talks about, like I said earlier, like, oh, that's a different song, I guess, but no, it's this song, right?
Yeah.
We've
only been talking about this song.
Yeah, like people trying to come up to her and like rub up against her and shit like that. And she's like, I'm trying to fucking dance. So
yeah, that's true too. She's not trying to be overly sexual at all.
It's like embracing what she's got, but then like also understanding that yes, there are fucking weirdos out there, but like I don't know. I guess in 2005 it was just like, but I'll take what I can get, I guess, and that kind of sucks. But,
yeah.
But again, dude, Fergie's not that great at anything. No offense to Fergie, but she's not that great at anything. She's just really good at like a lot of things, but she's not that great at anything. I guess it doesn't really have anything to do with her being objectified, but she's not that great at anything.
That's true. Also, watching this video too, or all four of the videos, but really this one. I mean, bringing it back to like the style and everything, like the low-rise jeans that girls always wore at the time, mixed with like the long shirts, like the long, not only long sleeve shirts, but like the long tight shirts that went like below their belts. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like that was very much the style, and like the jeans kind of like flared out a little bit. It's so specific to that era, like that like maybe 4 or 5 year span. Like all girls dressed the same way. I don't know. It was kind of like a nostalgia trip just watching the video, seeing how they're all dressed.
I think it's just because like dude, we're so desensitized now from just like overly sexualization of society. It's like when you see something like this that was kind of like, oh damn. Back then it's just like, damn, this is PG. This really is like PG. And it's kind of a shock because it's you kind of go two ways with it. You go one, like, am I a prude now and just think that society is going to shit because everyone's just fucking disgusting and slutty and terrible? Or is it like, oh, wow, like I can't believe that we've come so far and like women can actually express themselves properly and do whatever the fuck they want with their bodies, just like men have been able to do for X amount of years. So it's like, because again, I've said it once and I'll say it forever, our age group is the greatest generation that's ever existed on the face of this earth. These are the kind of thoughts that we have. We can see things kind of from all perspectives. We agree with both sides of the fence there and empathize with everybody. So there you go. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one.
I don't know what any of that fucking supposed to mean, but I love the song though. My hump, my hump, my hump. It's just so fun to sing. Oh my god.
The lyric from Will.i.am in the second verse, he said, "Let's spend time, not money."
She said, "Hey, let's go."
And mix your milk with my Cocoa Puffs, milky, milky cocoa. Mix your milk with my Cocoa Puffs, milky, milky, right? Dude, that is just, those lyrics are so bad.
Mix your milk with my Cocoa Puffs. That's just like, come on, dude. You guys are shitty songwriters. And so you just like any innuendo, no matter, because like that's an innuendo, but that's a shitty innuendo, right? That's not like a Jimmy Pop innuendo. That's just like a fucking second grader innuendo. It's pathetic. It's bad.
But I think that's why also this song and these songs appeal to the masses, because nothing went over anybody's head. Everything is so just straightforward or on the nose. Like it plays to every part of
exactly low hanging fruit
culture.
All the way around.
Yes. Yeah.
That's all it is.
And they nailed it. Like, and that's no knock to Black Eyed Peas,
or
because they went out.
That's what pop music is.
Yeah. And like we mentioned in the rankings episode, after Kim left, one of the reasons why she left was because they chose to sell out. Like that was a conscious decision, like to completely change their sound. It was suggested by I think the guy was Tony Fair or something like that. He worked for A&M Records, and he said like you guys aren't gonna go anywhere unless you change your style. You become more pop, and that's literally what they did. They went full blown. Like I've never read about another artist that went did a full 180 like Black Eyed Peas did, and massive respect for them for doing it. Because they fucking nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. So,
and it's really, again, it's really not selling out, because they're not advocates for anti big label. They were never doing this thing and being outspoken about it. It's just like, dude, they just want to make money, and that's like there's nothing wrong with that. Like everybody's got to work. Everybody's got to fucking make money. And people always say, "Oh, you're a sellout, man," and they go to their fucking job at like Target or wherever the fuck they work, Chili's, right? Some big corporations. Like,
fucking
dude,
office job,
that's
9 to 5 office.
Fucking literally
job.
selling out, man. Like that's what you're doing. Get the fuck out of here. They pay
I know.
your bills.
I know.
Please. I don't.
But it's also it's people and fans being young and naive. When you're 20 years old and you know nothing of like real life, you've got to latch on. You got to be negative about something. So you latch on to people that you admire for selling out. It's like you saw with all the metal bands and punk bands, Metallica, Green Day, the two very, very big examples right there. Fans turn on those bands for selling out because they have no like proper perception of reality in real life. So they latch onto something as stupid as that.
It's actually pretty crazy too that
dumb.
like Green Day's been signed to Reprise for so fucking long. Like they were signed to them for most of 80% of their career.
Right?
Yeah.
Or was it just Dookie when they started?
I think maybe Kerplunk, but Dookie for sure and on, but maybe like re-releases of Kerplunk or like distribution or something like that. But
so 30 plus years.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's a long
so fucking
time.
long. For any band on any label.
And that's a cool label. Started by Sinatra, so that was a cool label.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah, Sinatra started Reprise that he could give artists more control over their art, but still like make a decent living.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else on My Humps?
No, that's it.
My lovely lady oh, dude, that's another thing. That whole melody right there. It's so fucking good. And remember on The Office when I don't remember what episode, it was an early episode of The Office where Michael's cell phone goes off and it's like that old ringtone sound and it's just the melody to My Humps.
Is it? I don't remember.
Yeah, and everybody kind of looks at him like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh, dude, I think it was maybe on the 3rd season or something like that. Yeah, it's really good.
My favorite part of the chorus is like after the "She's got me spending," and when Fergie just goes, "Oh, spending all your money on me." It's like, why did she have to do that? It's so stupid. It's just like, hey, let's like insert female fucking moan here. That's fucking what it is. Like clip art style. Just yeah.
Oh, it's so copy pasted. All these songs are so copy pasted. In Pro Tools or whatever.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
It's good. Yeah, so My Humps.
Oh, man. My Humps is your number 1. That's my 3B. All right, so we're done with My Humps.
Yeah.
I'm good with this one, right?
Yeah.
You got anything else?
No, that's it.
Nah. All right, cool. So my number 1 is Pump It. That is the best song on the record, right?
It's good.
Right?
You can't fuck around with this song. You really can't.
Where does it sit for you?
It's my 2B. And it's
2B. Okay.
I think like objectively it'd probably be the best song on the record. It's just My Humps is so fucking stupid. It's so like adolescent, and then like us being, overly aggressive teenagers, it was just like, oh yeah, My Humps, haha, it's so funny. But like really like Pump is probably objectively the best
That was
song.
good. It really is. I mean, it's all in all, musically, lyrically, it's a perfect hype song.
That's
I mean,
all
it starts
is.
out with it's the Dick Dale riff. It's really a lift from, because I think it's a different recording, the one that's on the Pulp Fiction soundtrack, or is it the same song?
I mean, it's all the
Dick
same
Dale
song,
Miserlou.
but
It is.
I think there's a different version of it that was released either on 45 or the one that was on the first. So like the first time he heard, I don't know if it's Miserlou or Miserlou. The first time he ever heard it, it was a lot different. It wasn't as aggressive as the one you heard on Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
It was
it's
more of
way
like a
more
swingy-
reverby too.
Yeah, it was a more swingy, kind of like slow tempo thing. But it's kind of interesting too to talk about like the Pulp Fiction because, like, dude, like Dick Dale has had two like major resurgences, right? One in like '94, like the mid '90s, essentially. Dick Dale became like massively popular again because of Pulp Fiction,
Mm-hmm.
and then 10 years later, he became popular again because of like Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah,
That's
seriously.
that's pretty incredible.
I mean, it's an amazing, an amazing instrumental song. It's perfect.
And I
mean-
like surf music, but like that's about all that he has. And to people
That's
that
true too. Yeah.
to people that love surf music, there's a lot to digest there. But for the most part, like surf music is just surf music, and Dick Dale was like arguably the best at it. But Miserlou is.
Would you say
definitely
he's the
the outlier.
first?
I would
The first to popularize it, but
I would definitely say he's the first to do it. I wouldn't say he's the first to do it. No.
yeah, because like the Ventures came out with "Walk Don't Run" before that, if I'm remembering correctly.
I mean that's
which is a
still-
song they didn't even write.
That's still like 60s though. Like, but like people were doing like a surf sounding
I thought
music
it was
in
like
the 50s.
58.
But like Dwayne Eddy, right? Rebel Rouser, like that's a fucking twangy
Yeah.
surf guitar song, and that was like that was like
Okay.
57, 58. So like he wasn't the first one to do it, but I think he was the first one to do that drenched reverb sound, and then call it surf
To
rock.
do it so aggressively. Yeah.
Most of like Dick Dale stuff wasn't like Miserlou. Like that was like the outlier. A lot of his stuff was just stereotypical
Well, I meant-
surf music.
I meant aggressive in the reverb, not the actual song itself, but like
Oh,
the
yeah.
reverb and the actual style. He just really that was his signature
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
And
that
that's
was-
really what made it
Dude, it was
popular.
just so fucking wet and just drenched in reverb. It
I know.
sounds so good.
It
You
does
don't even
sound
know,
so
you don't even know
good.
what's going on half the time because there's so much reverb on it.
Wet is the best example best example of his sound.
Dude, it really is.
There's
It
no
just
other way to
sounds
describe
wet,
it.
Dude, it's just dripping
Yeah.
with reverb. Oh, it sounds so good.
It is. It really is. But yeah, they use this song, and it's a great opener to the album, and just the way they're pumping it up, they're just yelling like pump it louder, pump it louder. It's so basic.
Yeah, it's very
so
fucking basic. That's classic call and
it's
response,
perfect.
right? That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's perfect.
And
It's a perfect
a lot
fucking
of
song.
people have criticized how this is one of those songs specifically where the lyrics are just so bad. They're so on the nose and no thought behind them at all. But that's fine. This is a hype song. You
That's a
don't
hype
need it
song.
to be. Yes, exactly.
Dude, we've done a lot of hip hop
So,
on this pod, right? How many of those stupid fucking like braggadocious songs all are fucking identical,
Yeah.
but like hip hop heads and myself included just gush over those lyrics, right? But they're all the fucking
Yeah,
same.
it's
Like,
true.
what's the difference? What's the fucking difference?
No, there's nothing.
Like, how many times can we hear like
Absolutely
Ice Cube or Nas like talk about how great they are? Like, the fuck out of here.
That's every hip hop artist
The
ever.
fuck outta
Even like
here.
even a group like Run the Jewels, who we love, like half of their albums are just hype songs.
That's that's the genre. And why is that okay? But like now when the pop does it, it's fucking annoying. Fuck out of here.
People are jealous. I mean, what it comes down to, I think it's just jealousy and the success.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, but also in the end, none of them are like spectacular rappers, like we've all talked about.
None of them are spectacular at anything. Honestly, none of them are
At anything,
spectacular.
yeah.
And then like okay, so let's talk about the music video on this one, right? Because this music video
Oh yeah, the video.
is one of the
Love it.
fucking worst music videos I've ever seen in my fucking life.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. Like, why? Where did we get the idea to hire like a trained like ninja essentially and have him fight Will.i.am? Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, Will.i.am is stiff. He's a pop artist. He's not a fighter. He looks ridiculous out there. Like, you're setting him up for failure. And like the Asian guy is just like jumping up around, like doing all these cool fucking flips, and it's like, come on, man.
No. The best is Apple D. Is Apple
Oh,
D.
God.
He starts running in the circle and you're like, what is he doing? Everybody's like jumping and cheering.
We're
and
getting
he's just
hyped.
running in circles.
And then what's he
And
doing?
I'm laughing so hard. I haven't watched this video in probably 20 years. And he's running in circles and I'm laughing so hard today because I'm just thinking, how did anybody think this is okay? It's so bad.
It's so
And then all of a
stupid.
sudden he's running sideways on everybody's chests.
Dude.
Like the centripetal force is sending him around in circles, and I'm just fucking. It's not centripetal force, it's something else, whatever it is,
Centrifugal force.
whatever
With an F.
whatever it is.
That's
but
okay.
yeah, physics, it's tough. But yeah, I just the video was so goddamn funny once you got to Apple D doing that, and he's rapping like, and obviously
It's
the CGI
so
is so bad. It's 2005. It's terrible.
And Fergie too.
It
Don't
was
forget
just-
Fergie
it was
using
hilarious.
her lovely lady lumps to defeat the
Yeah.
biggest fucking guy I've ever seen in a music video.
The worst dancing ever in a music video.
And she just again,
It's
dude,
so
like
awful.
she's a good dancer, but she is not a
not.
great dancer. Like you put her up against like the great like dude, come on.
Who's
the
a great
fuck outta
dancer?
here.
Come on.
Like Shakira, dude.
None of-
Shakira's a
none-
good fucking
Oh,
dancer.
Shakira. Okay, yeah, Shakira. Okay, Shakira, Beyonce. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Dude, they are good dancers. But even like anybody in Destiny's Child was a better dancer than Fergie.
Even Britney Spears was better. than Fergie.
Britney Spears had her own like swagger to her. She had her own like kind of like vibe to her.
Yeah,
She
wasn't
she,
great,
She made it
but
work. She made it
better
work
than
for
Fergie.
her.
Yes.
'Cause she was so confident. in it.
lovely lady
and
lips.
Fergie's confident, but it's just kind of like, you're not that great, dude.
There's like no effort put into the actual dance. Like
yeah.
you could tell Britney Spears, she practiced for hours this choreography, and Fergie was just like, "Oh, okay, I watched you do it twice. I think I could do
J-Lo's
it."
still a better dancer. Like J-Lo fucking slays still to this day. Like there's so many better dancers. But that's
Oh,
fine,
boy.
right? That's fine.
Oh,
That's okay
boy.
to be like a B plus dancer because I'm a fucking
Yeah.
at best I'm a B minus dancer. Huh? No, I'm just kidding. I'm like a fucking D minus
Oh.
dancer. But it's okay to be a B plus dancer. That's fantastic. You can make millions and have a fantastic career and be in movies and have a solo career and you know what I mean? Like who cares?
This is a great example of that.
But
Absolutely.
damn, dude, Black Eyed Peas, Fergie's just all just plain old people.
Plain old people.
It's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
But plain old people. We're probably the
You know,
only people that
mean,
have ever
I'm-
like dissected the Black Eyed Peas, like ever. Because
I
it's
feel
just,
like to this extent, really, and I think like yes, we're being negative and we're talking a lot of shit, but we're also I feel like we're being fair. We're bringing up like positive things. I mean, I feel like we're very in the I don't want to say in the middle, but fair. I guess fair is the best way to put it. It's stupid, man. And okay, sorry, what?
no, go ahead.
I just wanted to bring up the video that I sent you earlier today. The video that makes me laugh so hard every time I watch it. When Fergie, it was like 2008 or 2009. She was playing on the Today Show here in America. That's a morning show in New York, and she was singing. She was singing "Welcome to the Jungle." She was doing a cover of that song for whatever reason, and she was doing like front handstands or like front flips or cartwheels,
She
whatever.
did a cart with one hand.
And cartwheels with one hand, and she was singing, but every time she goes over, she like grunts, and it's so fucking funny. I think it's
Again,
fucking hilarious, and it's so
there's-
unnecessary.
There's
so
exactly
unnecessary.
there's so much stuff going on there because like Fergie, you've kind of made this career out of just kind of just standing there and moving around a little bit, right? Gyrate your body a little bit and people eat it up. That's fine, whatever. But now you're like doing like acrobatics and like those were I mean, I don't know a lot about gymnastics other than
They were good. Yeah,
just
they
taking
looked
my
good.
kid to gymnastics and watching other people do those things. It looked fine. I can't do it. But why'd you do like 7 of them in like 30 seconds?
I know.
Just do one. One is fine.
To
Like,
a crowd
one is
that
too
was
much.
like, when you looked at the crowd, it was like all 12-year-old girls,
Yeah.
and none of them looked like they were having a good time.
It was all 12-year-old
None of
girls,
them
and they
did.
were all just staring at Fergie's ass, and like that's just it was funny. All the entire thing was funny,
Oh, man.
and I don't want to get into the band. The fucking guy in the band,
Oh, yeah, the
doing
band.
like the fucking the pinch harmonics and the finger taps, like sticking his tongue
So-
out and shaking his
so over
head.
the
It's,
top.
dude, you guys, this whole thing, I'm calling it. I'm shutting it down. Like if I was in charge,
But
of
you know
that,
what?
I'd shut it down. We're done.
You know, I like that because it's like this is probably the only time they're ever going to be on national television. Why not just fucking go for it? Make an ass of yourself. This is the only time you're going to be up here. I think we would do that too. We would go over the top just to laugh at ourselves later. for being so stupid. We would totally do that.
Oh, that's probably true. That's probably true. But we would never get to that point because that's selling out, dude. Like, why?
Who cares?
As a fucking guitar player, like, why do you have to be on TV? Why can't you just be a fucking guitar player?
Because you want to make money, man. You want to make money.
But like overall, you're not going to make money, and it's just, I don't know.
Unless you sell out.
But that's not even selling out. That's just being a chode. Like a true sellout, is like Josh Freese. Like Josh Freese is a true sellout. The dude is just he sells his product, right, just for money, and that is like that's the best sense of the word. And we've stigmatized sellout in this way where it's like a bad thing. But like Josh Freese is the best sellout that has ever happened to music. He's so fucking good at it.
100%. Yeah, I top 3, top 5 drummer for me. It's amazing. Yeah, great drummer and huge sellout.
Yeah.
He is. He's an amazing drummer.
Top 5 drummer like all time though.
Just my
favorite.
My
personal.
My favorite. Yeah, personal favorite.
Okay, I get
absolutely.
It. Yeah.
Because that would be silly. Yeah, not a top 5 overall drummer. No way.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah.
All right.
Louder!
So Pump It. It's a great song. I mean, I don't even really want to talk about the lyrics. There's nothing here.
Okay.
Outside of the Pump It louder part, right? I mean, do you have anything else on this?
No, I mean the lyrics are dumb.
Some of the backup vocals are good though from Fergie. I like some of the harmonizing she does, the little bit of harmonizing, and then the bridge where she goes, "Damn, damn."
I like that she's not like. I like that the first track on this album, right, coming off of like Ella Funk, and then we're like, okay, like what are they gonna do next? And like the cover art of this, like all of them are on the cover, and they're all right there. Yeah. And so we're really expecting Fergie to be like really, really embedded into the fabric of this record. And the first track, Pump It, doesn't have her that much on it. She's not really on this. She's definitely not in the forefront here. And I like that. I like that they take her, put it right in your pocket right there, save her later. That's what they do with that. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that's another thing. With my heart.
That's true too. You get the 2 bigger hits with where she's the lead on it. And I remember for up until like this week, I always kind of felt bad for Apple D and Taboo because during this era of the group, the 4 albums, the 4 Fergie albums, it felt like whenever you watch the videos, you watch them perform live, they never did anything. If they were lucky, they had a verse.
Dude, they weren't on the stage half the time until their verse came up.
Exactly. And I always felt kind of bad for them. But then after this week and going into it, outside of the singles, it's really just the three guys rapping. Yeah. The rest of this album is pretty much hip hop. Yeah, Fergie's in there to accent everything and do the vocals, the choruses and stuff, but really they're hip hop songs. And then after that, after hearing this album and all these albums, I realized, oh no, this was purely, these singles were purely to make them money and make them explode. But I no longer felt bad for the other 2 guys because they're on this record way more than Fergie is.
You shouldn't feel bad anyway because this band is this is will.i.am's band. He produces most of it. He writes most of it. This is will.i.am's band. So like he's in the front. Whatever he says goes. Whatever he says goes. That is it. Whatever he says. I don't know what the fuck he says. Whatever he says goes. And then that's it. And if he doesn't want you in there, then you shut the fuck up and you go in the back and you sit down and you call it a day. But he still produces like most of these tracks. He still has a hand in writing every single one of these songs. The other 2 guys, they don't. Yeah. And will.i.am at least produced or helped produce every single one of these songs. So what are you going to do?
You're right. You were right.
What are you going to do?
Wow. This is actually deeper than I thought we were going to get into on this.
Because
we've only touched on 2-3 songs.
Dude, so. people like society. We like pop music, right? That there's popular music.
We like melody
in a genre, and then we also like pop music as a concept, where like things are just popular, therefore it's pop music. But like we like melody, like humans like melody. That's as folk songs and spirituals and things that have been passed on from generation to generation. It's always because of melody, because they're so easy to sing along to. The Itsy Bitsy Spider. Everybody fucking yeah. When was the last time you sang the Itsy Bitsy Spider? Probably 15 years, 20 years, 30 years.
Oh, at least.
But you still know the song, right? Because that's a melody, dude, and that's a fucking strong one that was instilled in an early age, and it will never go away. And they just like, that's what we want. That's what we can latch on to. And when you get like a good pop song, when you get like a good pop melody that's just so easy to fucking sing along to, it doesn't go away, and it never will go away. And that's the Black Eyed Peas. They wrote really, really good pop songs that will never go away. And they were, again, generational songs, particularly here in America. I can't speak for the rest of the world, but I will. And they're the best for the rest of the world too, because they're the best over here. And they bridged everybody. Again, you go to a dive bar and you go to a club, they're playing Black Eyed Peas. Same fucking song.
Yeah, you're
My
right.
Humps was playing at both of those bars.
You're right. You are
Don't
right.
care.
Did you hear the car alarm going off?
I heard something. I thought it was my house.
Yeah. No, there's a street right behind my backyard, and yeah, somebody set off a car alarm. So I actually turned off the volume for a while, but there are parts where you can hear it. So sorry about that. Anybody listening? But
See, this is why
gone
you
now.
like your dogs don't have free roam for the outside where they can just come and go as they please.
No, well, I only have one dog. I don't have four like you.
See, like,
But no,
whenever I
he
hear
doesn't.
weird
He doesn't have
noises-
free roam.
whenever I hear weird noises and like I wake up, I see if my dogs are barking or if they're alarmed. If they're not alarmed, then I just go back to
Dogs
sleep.
barking. Well, yeah. I mean, Rupert's gonna bark if there's any unknown noise. He's gonna bark, and that's gonna immediately wake me up.
But that's already too late.
But-
That's already means somebody's like at your doorstep, right? Like already picking the lock, right? They're already moving
That's true. Yeah.
the joystick to the left and the one to the right, and they're already getting in there real good. Like,
I still need to get a bat. I need a good, nice wooden bat. I still need to get one. Put a tube sock on it.
Why would you get a
Good to
wooden
go.
bat? Get a metal bat.
Either way, I'm gonna get a bat. Put a
Either.
tube sock on it. I'm good to go. Get that extra hit in.
A fucking tube sock.
Hey man, you laugh until you get that extra hit in that takes them out.
Just get a metal bat.
Anyway, okay, I'll get an aluminum bat.
Or just
Fine,
get
whatever.
ask Kevin and get you one of those.
What's wrong with getting-
batons.
Ooh, those are cool, man. Those are cool.
Because wooden
but-
bats are stupid. They're fucking like same price, and they're gonna break.
Nah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I remember when Ryan broke your expensive ass wooden bat.
Ryan owes me a bat, and he owes me an RC car.
You were so mad about the bat too.
That was the first like nice Louisville Slugger like wooden bat I ever bought, and I was so
And
fucking
he
happy
hit it
with it.
on the ground.
and
He
it's just
hit
like,
it on the ground.
okay, I'm a big baseball fan. People know it. Whatever, don't care. It's my Achilles heel. I'll die for baseball always. And there's no better sound, right, than the crack of a wooden bat
Oh, yeah.
hitting a baseball. That's just that sound right
It's a
there.
nice sound.
That's America. That's America, dude. That's what that sound is. And that's why I bought that bat. Because we used to go to Eastside a lot and fucking hit balls and shit and shag
Yeah.
balls. And
Yeah, that was fun.
man, that's why
Play
I bought
baseball,
that
yeah.
bat. And he fucking ruined like the first fucking week I bought it.
I know.
Stupid
Because
shit.
he fucking missed the throw or the pitch, and he just got mad. He's fucking idiot, and then he hit it on the ground, broke it.
Never
right there.
bought me a new one.
No, and he'll fight. He'll argue with you to this day
Yeah.
that he doesn't owe you a bat.
Fucking
Fucking
idiot.
annoying.
God damn it. Unreal.
What a guy.
Louder.
All right. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
We got at least one more. We got to at least get Don't Fuck
Yeah.
With My Heart.
I'm good with just talking about that. I honestly I don't think any of the songs are really worth talking about. I have two okay songs, and that's what songs are there?
There's a couple things I want to touch upon, but then otherwise I'm good. Nothing long.
Yeah, same here. I mean, They Don't Want Music. That's an okay song and like that. And They Don't Want Music is only because that's that James Brown one. Really cool funky guitar.
Dude.
And it's cool that James Brown was even on the track.
That was like one of the, if not the last thing that he ever did before he died.
No way, really?
And that's something to behold. That's kind of fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
Like one of the last things that he
Yeah.
ever did was this kind of mediocre song on fucking Black Eyed Peas track.
I mean, he does sound old. You could tell he doesn't have that same energy and vigor that he did in the 60s and shit. When he was all fucking coked out and stuff.
Yeah. Dude.
Another great thing, or great video is when he's like, it was like in the mid 80s or something like that. He was being interviewed like on CNN when CNN first started, and he was all coked out, and he was just like rambling and like yelling. Remember that? Have you ever seen that video?
No.
It's like
love
5
it,
minutes.
though.
It's like a 5-minute video, and he's so coked out. It's hilarious, and it's just all nonsense.
I mean, like
But
definitely the funk, soul, R&B genre is definitely one that me and you don't dive into that often.
No.
But like like James Brown's Live at the Apollo, I'm gonna put on your list too. Dude, that's what I've been searching for in the vinyls. That's fucking wild. That is a wild record, and it's amazing.
I mean, James Brown is hands down the greatest artist of like funk and soul music. I mean, there's nobody better than him. I did. Yeah.
Why don't you open your beers closer to the mic? People like that. People like when they hear us opening our beers close to the mic.
I normally do, but I forgot this time.
But also, and They Don't Want Music, you hear that Gangstar sample, that ooh la la ah wee wee, like that RTJ4 sampled. So
RTJ4 did it way better, or RTJ did it way better than, they use that sample way better.
It's just,
well, it's not a sample when they used it, but
it's just more like in the forefront. But that's all right. Yeah.
All right.
I think,
I mean, I get there's one other outside of "Don't Funk with My Heart." There's one other thing I want to talk about.
My Style.
Wait, My Style? What?
Yeah, My Style, because it's got JT, it's got Timbaland, and
oh, that I didn't think it was that great of a song, right?
I like it. I like JT. I mean, I don't even fucking care. I love JT. Everybody loves JT. I like JT a lot, dude. Guys want to be like him. Girls want to be with him. Everybody loves JT. But the way there's a part in the song too where they say "girl" and the way they say
so dumb.
The way they say "girl" is "girl," and it's just
is that where you got it from?
I think so. I don't know.
You know what? I'm not going to say it on the podcast.
I have
that's
written I've fucking written right
it's
here.
Too.
It's too aggressive.
Too in the weeds. Too
aggressive.
inside jokey.
And it's just it does not translate well unless you were there.
Yeah. Anyway, 0-2.
Did you clap?
Yeah, I mean that song is fine. Yeah, I did clap. That was a cut. Like I'm a director here. Anyway, what are we talking about?
Don't Funk with My Heart. Then we'll call it a day.
No. Oh, actually, I wanted to talk about the artwork real quick because, why are you laughing?
Because when you say stupid shit, like, and you just said it stupidly, you have to say it like a little bit slower, as if like it negates the fact that you just said it all stupidly the first time.
I know. We all do it though.
Dude, the artwork is so bad.
It's really stupid, and it was done by Shepard Fairey, and I cannot stand Shepard Fairey. I don't know why he's popular. He's so overrated.
What else
gross.
did he do?
He did the Obey logo.
Oh.
It's so boring. And then he did that Obama one, the Change logo. It's just like, dude, all you did was put Obama's face on it and with the same color scheme, same font and everything. Like, you did nothing. It was nothing. And for what? Like, oh, it's so annoying. And Shepard Fairey is so praised, and I can't stand Shepard Fairey. I cannot stand his art. It's so dumb.
I get the Obey. I get the Obama thing. That's a thing. That's a world thing. That's a societal thing. This Black Eyed Peas cover art is fucking trash. Like, it's trash. Like, Fergie, like, she's just literally just standing there, basically with her little vag hanging out. One of the two other guys is not will.i.am with his little fucking hands in the front, like he's gonna like Jedi mind trick me or something. And then will.i.am with the fucking megaphone.
I know.
And like his mouth,
bad.
nobody's mouth opens that wide.
I mean, his does.
Look how fucking wide his mouth opens.
I know.
No, I don't like this at all. And like red, like dark, rich reds. I'm not a fan. And this is even like the album where they did a lot of. I mean, there is some like a Oriental nuance, I guess, in some of the songs, but
you're dropping a lot of things right now. Her vag hanging out. Her vagina's not even hanging out.
Dude, it's like close though. Like, come on, that's fucking close.
It's just her stomach is showing. That's it.
That's
her
not
midriff.
That's not stomach. That's like pelvic area.
Dropping the Oriental too. That's good.
Is that a no thing?
Not yes and no. I don't know. Like,
dude, one of the guys' name is Taboo.
That's true. One time I called Tammy Oriental just for fun, and she told me that she's not a rug, and I thought that was very funny.
Well, I mean, What does that even
it's a good-
mean? I don't even know what that even
because,
fucking means.
Like an Oriental rug is like that's like a thing that like it's a very
I see.
specific style of rug.
I went a totally.
And I
different
called her
direction
Oriental
with
just
that.
as a joke because we were fucking around with each other, and she's like, I'm not a rug, and I thought it was hilarious, and she thought it was funny too. And I don't know, that's always stuck with me for like a decade.
I'm not a
But
rug. I guess.
I don't know.
I guess maybe it's just out. Or like the word Oriental is just outdated because there was a magazine. Remember
Yeah,
Oriental
it's
magazine?
outdated. Was that really a
Yeah,
magazine?
it was a magazine. You could buy a bunch of like cool, like kind of like it was kind of like a fucking
Stuff from the Orient? No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
No, it was like a fucking nut. Like it was like a Sky Mall type of thing. It just had a bunch of like cool, like niche, like shit in there.
I don't remember that. No.
I think maybe just like outdated is probably the best. word
Yeah,
for
outdated
it.
is the best word. I don't think it's particularly offensive, but yeah,
Nah.
outdated. But what do we know? We're not
That is true too.
of
What
Asian
the fuck do I
descent.
know? I don't know.
So anyway, 0-2.
Whatever.
Um,
Cover art sucks.
what it does, terrible, stupid stuff. Let's get into "Don't Funk with My Heart." What are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I like how this starts off. I like that drum beat. I like everything
No,
about
no,
it.
no, no.
Again, like coming off of Pump It, right? We're thinking that we're getting more
Yeah.
Fergie in this record, and we don't through Pump It. And then like boom, right off the bat, like we get Fergie and "Don't Funk with My Heart," and she like slays the song. Like she is this song. This song is hers, and that's what we get. And I love that drum beat, that do 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 do. But most
Yeah.
of the song is lifted from a bunch of other artists and other songs. And this is what I kind of
It
said.
is.
Like it was kind of obscure foreign artists, and when you hear the OGs, you start to hear like the entire world influence of this song and a little bit of the other tracks on this record. And I like that they dug deep because a lot of the stuff on this record that was sampled, I had never heard of the original artist.
Yeah, I mean,
Like the
looking
deep
at
cut stuffs.
I'm looking at the references on "Don't Funk with My Heart." There's like 6 different samples, and yeah, half of them I've never heard of.
And I can't even fucking say half of them. Like I don't know how to even say them. Like they're that exotic to me. I can't even say them.
So it says there's one sample from a song called "Yamera Dilyara Dewana" by an artist named Bozy. Bosti, or I don't. Is that an I?
I mean, it was
That's an I. Bozy.
yeah. Boz
I don't know if but I don't even
Tom
know if I'm
Bosley.
pronouncing
I
it
don't know.
correctly.
I don't know.
I'm Tom Bosley.
Tom Bosley. But it's a great song. It's a cool song. I like that they're still doing the hip hop thing and digging deep and finding really, really fucking cool beats because that drum beat is insane and it hits so hard and that snare sound is fucking
does.
right there and like that's what you latch onto. Right there's that
Oh,
snare.
I love that snare tone.
It's got a good
Fucking
pop
love
to
that.
it.
Great pop. Great beat, great pop. Great
Dude,
BP
the
right
chorus
there.
in this one too. This chorus is just it's just like it's sexy with an AY. That's what it is. Love me, won't take you home.
Exactly. It's not really the "Don't Funk with My Heart." It's the other part of the chorus.
Will you still be
I
in
wonder
love,
if I take
baby?
you home, would
In
you still
love,
be in love,
baby?
baby? It's so smooth. Those lines are so smooth.
That's what it
when
is,
she sings
smooth.
it.
Dude, and then like the best
Yeah.
one of the best parts in the entire album is on this that girl, that whole fucking thing. Oh
Yeah.
my god, it's so good. So stupid. But like why is that so good?
It's not good. It's just really catchy, over the top, and it's what it is it's unique. It's different. No other artist up to this point has done anything this kind of silly and this kind of
Silly. That's a good word.
really
It's
different.
silly.
It's silly
fucking
and different.
If I'm going to the club
Yeah.
and getting drunk and trying to hook up, I want to have a silly time. If nothing else, I want to have a silly time.
Silly boy time.
I want to have a silly boy time.
Yeah. Yeah, that interlude, that girl.
Dude,
That's some shit fucking LMFAO would do like a couple years after this.
Really, it is.
Yeah.
It's so goofy. It's so what do you like self-aware, right? It's so goofy.
Yeah, it is. It is. Except LMFAO would like make it way better.
Oh yeah, they would.
The overall song would be way better. But the idea is there.
Damn, if LMFAO like hooked up with Will.i.am, like that would
I
have
think
been
it could have been something incredible.
that would have been wild.
Yeah. Because you don't need, I mean, with LMFAO, you don't need Fergie. Like those three guys right there in making an album would have been at that time, like in 2010, 2011, would have been one of the best, probably pop dance records of all time, hands down.
Well,
I wonder why that never happened.
I mean, because he was busy making a fuck ton of money. He was in movies, dude. He was in X-Men, right? He played a fucking like a character in X-Men.
He was playing X-Men.
Was
he a mutant?
Yeah, he was a mutant. He was a guy that could teleport like Nightcrawler, but it was like a ghostly teleportation thing. And he ended up getting killed I think he got killed by Sabretooth. Like he teleported and Sabretooth held his hand out as he was teleporting. And as he teleported into Sabretooth's hand, Sabretooth already like was inside of his chest and grabbed his spine and ripped it out.
That's some Mortal Kombat shit right there.
Dude, like X-Men, X-Men's
so cool.
legit, man. Sabretooth's fucking dope. But
Sabretooth is like one of the best villains from that comic.
Because Sabretooth is a ruthless killer that just does not give a fuck because he's been around a long time and he's seen a lot of shit and he's just tired of like Wolverine telling like, oh, we should be good. Because even Wolverine's kind of like tired of that shit too because he's been around a fucking long time. So
yeah, he's miserable. He's a miserable character.
Did you ever see the Wolverine movie?
Miserable.
Like his Hugh Jackman's. It's called The Wolverine.
No, I only saw the one from like 2009, that really bad one.
Which one was that one?
I don't know what that was called.
Because The Wolverine was super dope and it was super dark and it was like, it was
I didn't. Are you talking about Logan? Wasn't that the really dark one?
Logan was really good too. Go watch them all tonight.
Huh. I'm not gonna do that, dude.
Anyway, that's
don't fuck with my heart.
Yeah, that's it.
The video for this one too, like it was like a take on The Price is Right. It was really, that's what it was.
It was fine.
It was too much of a big production. It wasn't really that funny. It was whatever. I don't really care. I didn't really care for it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever.
But a great song overall. So let's give our final thoughts on this record and let's rate the record based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So what do you got, Jeff? Go.
Again, this hits harder because it's just these were our formative years of growing up, whether indirectly or directly. Black Eyed Peas, they were there. They were there at every bar, every club, like every party we went to. There was a Black Eyed Peas song on that playlist, at least fucking one. And it wasn't just because it was popular. Like these were good songs. Like their singles are good fucking singles, and everybody liked them, and they were easy to get into. And so because of that, it was just they were always there. And so it's hard to hate these more than I probably should. Because pop music is not always great. There's a lot of like bad stuff out there. There's more bad than good. But this is, this checks that nostalgia box. And I think we both will always have a soft spot for the Black Eyed Peas no matter what. And I think just because, like, again, formative years. So I hope that if somebody's listening to this and they're like 55 or somebody listening to this podcast and they're like 13, they can be like, no, you're right. These songs are actually objectively fucking fantastic.
Or even like early 20s. Like this is way past their generation.
Yeah,
like,
but Black
I think
Eyed Peas
unless
is still
you were
doing good songs, at least like catchy songs, 3 albums ago.
Okay.
Maybe.
I guess.
Yeah, because I guess like post Fergie is just nothing's really great there.
Yeah, and that was 2011?
18. That was 2018.
That was the end of that tour. It was the first album since 2010, but that tour for the New Beginning was ended in 2012. Yeah, that girl. Yeah,
and it really was a scene though. Like again, like the David Guetta thing, right? And the whole like Kid Cudi thing, and like that when everybody was getting like really into that sound, like that was like the late 2000s, early 2010s.
It was late
era.
2000s, early 2010s. Yeah.
And that was
also dubstep was blowing up too, and just electronic music in general was blowing up in the late 2000s. I mean, you had obviously LMFAO. You had that huge song by the Far East Movement, the Like a G6. So like that song in itself like changed a lot of pop music in a more electric or in a more electronic club trajectory, and that was early 2009, I think.
I really think it was like the introduction of just goofy pop music into the club scene that got like kind of like us into it, like kind of like us, like for all intents and purposes, we were kind of just like skater punks. Like they're just that's the kind of like scene we hung out with, even though we weren't always at the skate park or anything like that. That's just kind of like who I would attach ourselves to. But like those kids don't go to the fucking clubs, but we went to the clubs obviously because the girls went to the clubs, and that's why everybody goes to the clubs. The girls go to the clubs.
Yeah.
But also because like it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to go with your boys, and at the club, you know, back in the day, like it was okay to like pop songs and dance and act like an idiot and have a good time. So I don't know, man. This record's not very great. It's like a 2.
No.
It's like a 2 at best because I'm not going to listen to this front to back like ever again. So even then, right. I'd probably give it like a 1.75 because like, damn, dude, these bangers are bangers. But I'm gonna do 1.5.
The album itself, no.
I'm gonna do 1.5.
Okay, fair. My final thoughts. Yeah, this is super important, or the singles are super important to our formative years. They were everywhere we went. Not just clubs, man. Bars, friends' houses, like I was saying, you know, house parties, just, you know, road trips too. You know, when driving out to Vegas, you know, the 4 or 5 hour drive, depending on traffic, out to Vegas and back, you know, we would throw on these songs just to get pumped up. Like you had that whole techno playlist on your iPod, and we all know there were some of these songs on here.
Yeah.
So it's like this shit was all over the place. It was popular. Indirectly hearing these songs, you know, we just kind of, a lot of it is nostalgia, obviously. But yeah, overall, this album especially, most of their albums are not very good outside of the singles, or they're okay. Whatever, listen to them once. And with that, I'm gonna give Monkey Business a 1.5, only because the singles are so solid. That's why I can't give it a 1. But I'm never gonna go back and listen to this record again. There's no way. There's no reason to. Just make a Black Eyed Peas playlist of like we were talking before the pod, like 25 songs maybe. And you're golden. Plus like the singles from Fergie's solo record. That's all you need.
Got to.
That's all you need. Yeah. Which I still want to do that Fergie record someday on the pod. It's on my to-do list for the podcast. And I think maybe like in a year or 2, I think we should dive into that one because it's those songs, man, are something else.
You should just be adding a lot of these songs to your pop playlist because I don't think you have a lot of.
They're already on the pop playlist.
Every single one.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, well, not every single one, but all the good ones. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna
all the singles.
I'm gonna revisit that.
Okay, yeah, and also, if anybody's still listening to the podcast at this point, back in 2019, I made the ultimate pop playlist. Like all the good stuff from like the early 90s up until 2019 are on this playlist. I think there's like 350 songs on there. It took me about a week to curate this one. It's my proudest achievement in my life. I'm very proud of this playlist. It's on Spotify. If anybody wants to hear it, it's great. A lot of good shit on there, and people like it. So, and I love it too. So there you go. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's it.
1.5 for me on Monkey Business. We have anything else?
No.
No? Okay. Well, thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell all your friends. We got some good shit coming up on the podcast. We're going to eventually get into what we call Sad Boy season in a few weeks. So Stay tuned for that. That's a hint. And that's it. That's all.
William.